In the air to right, and he did it again!
Thank you all for watching this here video. Please like and subscribe and follow.
Welcome back to the Lefties 2 broadcast. Once again, we have the Clash Season 2 Pearl Conference Week 6. The season is coming down to the wire. The playoffs are almost here. Let's go check out the games for this week in Pearl Conference. All right, so Pearl Conference going into Week 6, we have Colt and myself at 8-2 sitting on the top. Brian and Evilprime right behind us at 7-3 each. Marco 5-5, MentalMidget 4-6. Dennis at 1-9, and Ejin again, he is eliminated from playoff contention. He just forfeited all of his games. But guys, huge thing, right? Let me just break this down. Dennis has not played Ejin, so essentially Dennis has 3 wins, right? Coming up, he has 3 wins. MentalMidget and Dennis, I believe, are playing. So it's huge for that 6th and final playoff spot. Right, because things are coming crazy. Let's go check out the schedule for Week 6. All right, here we go. Week 6, myself and Evilprime, Marco and Brian, MentalMidget, and Dennis. 6 games because Colt has the bye week, which, again, looking at the standings, Pearl 5 puts Colt at 10-2. Right? So that pretty much puts him in a pretty far distance going into that last week, and we'll get into that in a minute. But let's go into the games. Myself versus Evilprime is up first. All right, here we go. We got Evilprime versus me. We got myself 8-2 on the season so far. Evilprime 7-3. This is big playoff implications here because it can swing either way. Where let's say Evilprime gets the sweep, that puts him at 9-3 and me at 8-4, which gets him into that second seed, depending on a lot of different things. For example, this week Colt is playing Ejin, and again, Ejin has already forfeited all matches, so he's pretty much out of it in a sense. So Colt is going to be 10-2 after the season, after this week. Puts him in a prime spot for that Week 7 matchup where he has a really good opportunity. Finishing the season pretty strong. So, but Evilprime trying to make it happen here. Already got 3 losses on the season, and I get a good leadoff hit there. That's good to go. Should have tagged. It's gonna be it would have been a tough tag even with 202 speed, just because Maria has that extra little arm for her fielders. But we got to be able to get on him. Evilprime does have a thick eye when it comes to the plate. And again, one of my weaknesses, and not like ability weak. There we go. Little gap shot right there. That's going to get the run started. A little double. Trading places. But again, my pitching, man. My pitching, Mailing and Murdoch, again, top players in the world. They hit those 2 pitchers really well. So, I got to really get some runs here to make Evilprime work for it. And again, Maria, pretty solid pitcher in general, if used correctly, right? For me, one of the best, easiest pitchers for me to see, as you can get 4 straight balls. But I swung at one of those, apparently. Wow. Gravy. And that's the one. That could have been something damaging as well, just because King has that ability to hit those bad balls. And that's a pitch I might want back. All right out the side, right. Good one right there, right on the outside with that slider. It's a tough one to read, even when it comes from Riley, which he does have as a second pitcher, and that's a tough fork ball. That's a potential. Ooh, didn't get the double play there. Good for me. So got one more chance here to see if I can get this run in from third base, because 1 run I don't think is gonna do it. And that's another one I want back. That inside, it's a hard ball to get to, especially coming from a lefty. And okay, I don't know what happened there, man. That's a baseball clash one. That's right down the pipe, and I'm on it. So yeah, 1 run. Not very confident here. So we got to figure out a way to get it done so we can move on to game 2. And that is what you call a nice little glitch in the matrix where I press a button and then it doesn't, and it taps way outside somehow. All right, well, 2-1 count. Let's see if we can get out of this one. Da-da-da, boop. Good, man, the thing is, good eye. So that's the hard part. If you're going against someone that's not chasing any balls out of the zone, there we go. All right, full count. Chase the ball out of the zone. That really helps. All right, fastball is what, all right, is behind it. So we got him sped up a little bit. But now we kind of slow it down, right? Speed him up a little bit more. And we missed our spot. That's a changeup. We went back. Now the winning run comes to the plate and dotted it. All right. That's one thing that she does have solid control. Dotted it again. All right. 0-2 count. That's where we want to start it at. Little waste pitch. And got him chasing, but oh, got the out. Okay. That was a lucky little out there, Jack. Not a lot of speed. He does have a little speed boost at the leadoff, but just slow enough. Dotted that changeup again. It's dangerous, man. He's going to be waiting for it. So a double play wins the game here. Michael, tough batter, though. Level 13 does help, but again, good eye. Speed on the base paths. And that's a gapper. That should tie it up. That's unfortunate. Ugh. Yep. Tie game. Oh. Went one too many times on the outside corner and paid for it with the little opposite field gapper. Oh, that was a pull. Never mind. And again, he does let us get strike one. He does let us get that strike one. But again, this is a good note, man. He's not chasing anything. So if I see him in the playoffs, I'm in trouble, man, because good plate discipline. And I don't, whoa, what happened there? Little disconnection. We're kind of back, I guess. And that's trouble. Can't get the back door. A little lucky. Not really. He was good. So Brockington, a chance to walk it off for him. We need a good old double play ball here. Couldn't get the strike there. Brock, again, underrated player for commons. And again, we got a base open, but we're getting to the danger side where I don't know where to throw it. He's helping us out, swinging at a couple pitches outside the zone. But we want those to make a little bit of contact to get like little soft outs. That's kind of what we want. Not necessarily swinging through it. And with 3-1 count. Again, we don't have to. Oh, we got him swinging. That's a lucky one right there. All right, we walked him. Bases are loaded. 1 out. Rose comes to the plate. High contact, high speed. Level 13. That's going to help, though. You don't accidentally level her up to 14 like Matt did. And a pop-up. That's going to be dangerous. The speed, we've got to get it. Durant. All right. Durant at shortstop actually helped us out there. So we are now in the top of the 10th. 1-1. Now we're having fun. Oh, but that was high stress. You guys don't even know the half of it. But there it is, Martina getting it done. And we're going for it. And this is unfortunate. Look at that. Look at that delayed call. He's literally safe, and then it goes down. So that is going to pay attention to that play. I obviously know the outcome of this game. That one is not cool. Going to get the stolen base here because Rose can't throw. I swear to God, if that would have been an out, I'd have been so frustrated. Hanzo, God, another. That looked like a strike to me, man. I don't know. Hanzo's contact. We're going to get into a video. If you're watching this far, the October 2025 update, we'll get into that one in a separate video. Hanzo's going to get a little bit better for me. Come playoff time. That's perfect timing. All right. And Mei Ling. Oh, can't get it done either. That looked like to be in the strike zone, but tough call. We did get 1 run across, so that is good news. But still, you guys saw how well he is with plate discipline. Again, and you guys know, extra innings, you want to be up by 3. That's it, right? If you're going to be up by 3. Otherwise, you're like playing with pocket jacks. You know, you know. All right, 2-1 count. And not chasing anything, man. This is tough. And Morgan Freeman. And got the ground ball we wanted. Not the outcome. Bases loaded, no outs. Christina's up again. Low contact, high power, but dangerous hitter nonetheless. And there it is, up the middle. That should do it. Robinson at second base, not going to be good enough. And Evilprime gets the first game. Let's go to game 2. All right, here we go. He went a little too fast on that one, but we got a little music. That's good. All right, so now I got Murdoch. And this is on Evilprime. Why is he... Wait a minute. I'm confused. I think... Oh, yeah, he was the home team. He got the walk-off. I'm the home team this time. Get the first out there. Murdoch, I'm just out of it today, man. Another long drive over there. So Murdoch giving up a single up the middle after getting the first out. Again, Murdoch, legendary pitcher, of course, but now, again, top players in this game, they know how to hit Murdoch, right? And again, now we're going to see from Evilprime's perspective here how good his eye is and how close these pitches are, because I've not seen this perspective at all yet. So that's gone. That was in the zone. AutoZone, not a sponsor. Michael, holy smokes. That's a fat, slow two-seamer right in there. Was that a sinker? I don't know. Who knows? Either way. Back to back. That landed. Perfect timing. That's just gone. That's not a good way to start. 3 runs quickly here in the top of the 9th inning. And again, we're tied essentially right now at 8-3 record. So this one right here really obviously looking like it's going to go Evilprime's way. Unless I could do something, but 2 outs. He's got Riley too, and he's actually pretty good with Riley. So we got to get this last out here, kind of get it going. And that's a changeup in the zone. A lot of meat on that pitch. And nice little opposite field contact shot there. Morgan coming up. Got to find a way to get out of it. And Morgan going gapper. Again, that is a slow, fast, straight fastball. You cannot throw that with that much plate coverage. And just like that, we are in trouble. Still, bam! Golly Christ. Oh, these pitches are just right there in the zone. He's all over it. 6-0 quickly. We're only 2 minutes in. Well, this game is pretty much done. And as you can see, got the Nerf ball there. But we're on offense. So, the greatest comeback so far in this competition dating back to last season was Matthew going against, I believe, was it Evilprime? It might have been. I think it was Evilprime. No, maybe La Leche. I don't remember. Either way, Matthew Tupper was down 5-0 and is able to come back and get the W in extra. So that was potential. But I go out there, man, hitting. Got to respect the opponent. That's a good pitch. So, you can't get up there. You never know. A lot of bloop, 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 and a blast, and you're right back in it. At full count. Let's get this runner on here. Going for a strike. So Nia up the middle. There we go. Nice job getting past Brockington. All right, there you go. Just like that. Started out. Going for it. Good idea. Again, trying to get out of that double play ball with Rose as the catcher. So that's not a bad idea. Strike 1, best pitch in baseball. And ball 1. But yeah, you notice with these, and that was a strike, and I missed it. So there's another baseball clash action for you. Level 14 against level 13. And Antonio, there you go. There you go. The 14s are on against the 14s. King What you gonna do, King? What you gonna do, King? Middle. Boom, baby. It looked like he missed his location. He was going a little low, but we were able to rock it, cut the lead in half. Now the bloop bloop blast is back on it. We are right back in this bad boy. You would think down by 3. A lot of confidence. Again, he goes right in attack mode, up by 3. 1 out, man. Bloop bloop blast, dude. Now the hard part is the bottom of my lineup sucks. So it's gonna be a hard fought bloop bloop blast. We're gonna need a lot of bloop 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 bloops and bloops. Bloopity bloop bloop bloop. All right, but better get one on. 3-1 count. Gotta be patient, man. Again, it's a good playoff spot for probably the 2nd seed right now. And Durant, fucking bullshit. 2 of my outs in this right now. Robinson, yeah, and Durant hitting clean strikes, and that's the only one. That's a tilt swing, and he gets both games. Good job, Evilprime. All right, here we go. Marco rejects Brian Baseball Bros. This, oh god, this is in Marco's perspective. Everybody, this is also on his YouTube channel. This guy is very fidgety when it comes to checking if his camera's rolling, if it turn off notifications and all that stuff. But anyways, enough of that. We're in Marco's perspective on both games. Brian didn't record his games for whatever reason. Again, got to record your games, guys. But this is huge. So Brian, 7-3, right? He was tied with Evilprime, who is now 9-3. Myself, I am, what is it? 8-4 after losing 2 games. So not great. So Marco is going to help me out potentially. Otherwise, if Brian can get these 2 dubs here against Marco, it really puts Brian in a good spot and me in a tough spot as probably dropping down to the 4th seed. So those 2 losses for me really put me back a little bit with 2 games left to go in the regular season. And of course, after these last couple games, we are going to show you the standings and all the scenarios going into potential playoff spots for both Diamond and Pearl. Right, so big opportunities for all there as Brian gets out number 1. All right, Garcia doing some good work with Garcia. Da-da-da. And again, man, it's been a long season, man. 14 games, 7 weeks in the regular season. That's like 2 months, and then the playoffs are going to take a while, right? Not a double elimination, just kind of a playoff bracket where the 1 and 2 both get buys. So it's going to be kind of crazy, man, right? And hopefully our prize pool is still available. I cannot guarantee it at this point anymore. I really hope so, because for the players that have put this time and effort in, it will suck if they do not get their opportunity for putting this effort in, right? Playing, arranging times, communicating, all this kind of stuff just to play a game and potentially win some dollar bills. 1st and 3rd place, dude. They deserve their flowers as Brian goes out there and does what he does, man. He goes out there and pitches. Right? That is Brian's best ability is his pitching. But remember, he does have probably in the Pearl Conference here, he does have the best overall lineup, in my opinion. Caroline! Marco's the worst pitcher, I think. But, I think his overall pitching, he does have Shataro, which did get the best of me. Again, I got 4 runs on him, but I got Murdoch. I got Murdoch. So Murdoch has given up 6 runs twice this season, right? So I've got 4 losses, and Murdoch has 2 of those losses. Mei Ling also has 2 of those losses. But 2 of the losses Murdoch has, his 2 losses, 6 runs in those. When he gives them up, man, he gives them up. So I got to figure out how to not give up so many bombs. But again, with Evilprime being able to hit really well, and Colt still being Colt, it's going to be a tough one to get through these playoffs. And again, Brian's ability just to pitch in general. So, Marco's going to be there. He's already got a playoff spot locked up. Just trying to figure out the seeding right now. And again, if Marco can get these dubs, it puts him in a good spot, right? He'll be 7-5 if you get 2 wins here, putting Brian at 7-5. So it can really change up a lot of different things and scenarios. And again, I still don't know the outcomes of the next couple of matches. So it's really crucial to see kind of exactly where we're at going into these games. One out so far, Dave with a runner on. He walked hammer, very careful to hammer. But again, accidentally, because Brian, I believe, is a auto batter for the most part. Maybe he tries a little manual here and there, but you can't keep walking the bases loaded, right? You can't. He's got hitter after hitter after hitter. You got to find a way to attack the zone. And he does there, gets 0-2 count. Dangerous pitch, but a little late, goes to the knees, and, waste pitch. Going to go outside? Yep, here it comes, and got him. That was a perfect setup. Oh, my God, bro. Turn off your notification. Simple as that. Turn them off. All right, 2 outs. See if we can get out of this jam sandwich here. And Lawrence, 2-0 count, man. He's throwing a lot of balls. And Brian, so far, again, batting is not his ultimate strength, helping him out a little bit with these outs. That's a 3-0 count. You let that one go. That's okay. Coming again for that strike. Dude. Brian. Finish it. Late on that one. That's a strike, too. So, he had to let a couple ones go by, and he swings at that. And the runner's going, boom. All right. We're going to the 10th inning. When you get out of that jam, that's what you got to do when you're Marco here. Again, Marco just trying to find possible. He's not going to get the first or second seed without a collapse from, like you say, Evilprime, right? I think Colt, that's a homer. 3-run Mickey bomb. Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Nice job. Nice job there. 3-0 Marco. Brian is a little bit of trouble now. Again, with his inability to kind of be overly effective at the plate. 3 runs could be tough. But again, it is the extra innings. So Brian will have a chance with that powerful lineup to get something through. No big deal. Caroline is not the. That's a back-to-back jack right there. Gibson making it. That's what you want. You want that 4th run when it comes to extras. Now it's time to be a little bit greedy and go get out of the slam range because you're still now in that bloop and blast, right, range. You want to get out of that. Boom! Oh, my. He was on it. That was a strike. But out nonetheless. Marco Polo. Fish out of water. Got him. Right, 4-0, man. All right, here we go. Brian's got to get his composure because Brian is in that tiebreaker runs, got head-to-head tiebreaker runs kind of thing going on here. A lot of scenarios that he has to kind of really think about because, again, if he does lose and doesn't come back, right, he will be tied with Marco at 7-5, and Marco will have the tiebreaker head-to-head matchup with a sweep. But we're way far away from that for right now. Way far away. All right, so now it's Brian's turn. Get this dub, man. Come back down 4. Leo, good contact, decent speed. Right? Just got to find a way. That's it, man. Just got to find a way. Find a way. And that's not a good way. That's just hitting a strike, too. That's an auto batter right there, man. That is an auto bat where the cursor is definitely not right there on the ball. He has a little bit of the bat cursor, like the extra bat cursor. Little dribbler, man. That's tough. 2 outs. Now he's in a little bit of a pickle. And he's attacking the zone. Smart move by Marco. Attacking the zone. Brian is, okay, set up pitch. Going low. Lay off. Good. Now you come up high and inside. Oh! Strike 3. Game over. I called it. Game 1 goes to Marco. Game 2 is going to be fun, guys. Let's go. All right, game 2. Once again, in Marco's perspective on his YouTube channel. I'll post it. His link in the description there. He's got Shitaro. He's the home team. Big win in game 1. Again, this is huge because Marco wins, puts him at 7-5, tied with Brian at 7-5, and myself 8-4. So I would be the 3 seed, and Marco would be the 4 seed at 7-5. So a lot of things going in here to last week, man. And even the 6th place spot is not even locked up yet. A lot of things going on, a lot of craziness. Let's see if this Shitaro here, Shitaro v. Michelle matchup is going to be worth it. Ball. Ball. 3-0. Again, he's walking hammer again. One of the top walk players in all of baseball Clash. Right? So here we go, Dave. I think he changed the lineup a little bit. I think he had Harden batting leadoff, but changed it up. I think that's what it was. 1-1 count. 2-1 count. Again, being super careful. Shitaro is not what he used to be, especially against top players. And he was on it, but it was just a ball, and that should be. Ooh, Dave beat it out. All right, Tua, what you gonna do? Letting strike one go by once again. All right, again, Brian has all this power, all this contact. Right, he's got to find a way, and he waited it out. Good job. 3-1 count, though. Again, being super careful. Glad it's not Clash League because Shitaro would be losing some pitches quick. That would be pretty cool, though, if they can make a friendly match in Clash League, a Clash League style friendly match. That would make for some interesting Clash season as we have here. All right. 2-1 count here, 2 on. Again, being super careful, going at it this time. And Brian not knowing when the strike is coming. And possible double play ball. Gonna be tough to get it. Got it. It nailed the double play. All right, bottom of the 9th, Marco, chance to walk it off with the sweep. And Pretty Ricky doing pretty good things, making pretty good change. Getting it done. Double. There we go. Big opportunity here for Marco to get this game, get the sweep. And 1-1 count. Can Chris be the guy to get it done? Can he do it? That's his. Oh, he's going to go with it. Oh, and he had the right move. He had the right move, just kind of delayed it a little bit too much. Didn't wait enough and able to take advantage of the speedy guy. Now you got to be careful. Uh-oh. Ooh, that was a good pitch, a good location. 1-1 count. Brian's got to find a way. Doesn't find a way. Got to go home. Oh, Marco. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, boy. That could have been it. Can Mickey get it done again? He had a 3-run home run in game 1, as you guys know. Winning run is at third base. 90 feet away. He's going to. Brian. There he goes. Has an unfortunate move by him and then an unfortunate move by Marco. And now we're in the 10th. He's got Harden leading off the 10th here. So he's got to find a way. Got a little speed here. You know, if he could bunt, that'd be not a terrible idea to bunt a solid bunt. But it's hard to bunt when you got a pitcher throwing mostly balls. So you got to really be sure of yourself. 2-2 count. Going back up there again. Dangerous pitch. Got him, though, with the splitter. Nasty. All right. I always say doubling up, man. It's tough. But he's able to get it. Leo. See if Leo can make up that little defensive lapse he had. All right. Good contact. 2-12 contact. 2-1 count. And 3-1 count. Full count. Do the runners go? That's the question. The runners go. Do you send the runners? He doesn't. And it pays. That could be a double play. Error! Oh, Tua! What's he going to do? Eat it. Smart, I think, all around. Oh, man. This game is crazy. Got a little bonkers going on. All right, 2 outs. Leo should be. I think you're taking off with Leo, man. Ricky doesn't have a good arm. Leo has pretty decent speed, right? I'm thinking you take off. And he doesn't. Right? Carlos pops it up. Once again, the offensive woes for Brian coming into full effect 2 weeks in a row. Game. Great curveball location. 50-50 ball, but it looked like it was a ball indeed. Shitaro is going to be, Mark tie game. Hits the cutoff. Oh, boy. Not bad. All right. No harm done. Jackson, a double play threat through and through. Brian's got to find a way. Good eye there. Good pitch. Good pitch by Brian. Marco trying to end it right here. Get the sweep. There's a pitch. Double play ball. Like I said. Oh, he had a double play ball. Oh, boy. Hope that doesn't come back to bite him. Because the Andy man can. And the Andy man does it. The double play is going to bite him. And Marco ties it up. All right. Let's go to the next series. All right, here we go. Big series here. Final series of the week here in week 6. As we know, the last one is already Colt and Ejan already forfeited. So this is big because Dennis is 1-9. Let me get that right. 1-9 to start the season. Week 7, Dennis is scheduled to play Ejan, so that's already 2 wins. Mental Midget here, aka Paul, is 4-6. So hypothetically, Dennis gets both these games, right? Right? Puts him for the week at 3-9 and then 4-6, right? With Dennis already getting 2 wins, there's so many scenarios here. It's hurting my head. So Paul needs to get a dub from Dennis. That is first and foremost what's going to happen here. And both these games are going to be in Paul's perspective because Dennis doesn't know how to load or save or put things on YouTube and like have a private channel. There's a million ways to record it and then save it, but he doesn't know how to do that. So we got Paul's perspective, right? That is important. But again, Paul here working his magic with Jay really needs to find some dubs. Paul does play me next week, which after this week, who knows what that means, right? And again, Jay is a fun pitcher to go against. Pretty confident against Jay. But again, my pitchers are not that great. Double play ball, potentially. Never mind. I'm not paying attention. So there. All right. Again, this is a battle of 2 players that their offense not that great, right? But Dennis looked like he was swinging at a little bit more strikes in that one. Last week, if you go watch Dennis's game last week, straight DO, man, do, right? Not great at all. And Paul looking at a nice fat curveball in the strike zone. Okay. That's a good pitch and a good take. So well done by both parties here. All right, 2-2 count. And not able to lay off that one. That was a good pitch. Well done. Well done, boys. All right, the battle of the auto bats. The auto batter. Tick-tock, boom. And we are looking for liftoff. Jam sandwich. That was a strike, though, but a little bit late. And you can see the crosshairs didn't quite get to the ball, so that one's tough. Great take there. So Paul is showing some pretty good plate discipline with some of these Roger pitches. So, and Annie, it's a strike, man. That's what you got to do. Perfect timing. Dangerous Annie. That's what he has. Jay and Annie and Kevin. So Paul has a pretty solid lineup as I'm scouting him right now, right? Because I will play him eventually, hopefully soon. Because again, this video is out late just because there was a little bit of video technicalities here that caused a little bit of kerfuffles in the Clash season Discord, which hopefully we'll sort it out. But we will see. We will see. And try to hit a little hit and run. Double play. All right. Now we go to where anything is possible. And okay, out. Already got that out. Already got that out. Got a tag. Just got a tag first on that one. That's tough. That one might hurt him. It's double play ball. Had the tag. All I got to do is tag first. And up the Mendel, Santiago, getting it done for Dennis as 1 run will score. This could be an insurmountable lead, by the way, just the way these guys hit. So who knows? But Jay got to come back, get this double play. Oh, it's a strike. And nice fine way to find the gap there. And he's going to send him. Going to the first base and got it. No. Yes. All right. Thought he was almost clashed there. Nice relay. Right. Sometimes getting it to short, those short little good solid relays, get it done. All right. Dennis needs a little bit more here. I would say, in my opinion. But with runners on the corners, 2 outs. Can Matthew find a way? Swinging at a ball. Got it. All right. So Paul's got the work to do. He's got to get the runner about 180 feet. Going with Way as his 5th batter once again. Again, Paul has a pretty decent lineup. Just kind of confused by how he sorts it out. A lot of speed, a lot of contact. He's got him 4 wins so far on the season. Well, I mean 2 because he did get the forfeit wins against Egan to kind of make it fair. So, trying to get the steal. And Dennis is right on top of it. Throwing down the bunt, probably not the best idea with Annie at second base. Already had the speed, but that does cut down a potential, that's a big out, man. All I got to say. 1-2 count, and he's swinging at a ball. Okay. Little new life, man. Again, this is the perfect time. Way's a perfect batter to use manual. You're swinging at garbage, man. And 2 outs. This is tough, man. Tough. Tyler, about to get the boost, right? This was in September, so October. 25. If you're watching this still, about to get that boost. About to get that boost, man. Let's see. Oh, 3-0. 3-0 count. And good eye. Good hitter. And, that's not a bad deal. Phoenix is not the better hitter. She has had the little extra boost with contact. A little bit, right? 200. So that does help. Level 14 Phoenix. Letting that pitch go. That's a gapper pitch, that changeup. That's a tire. That's great pitch. Dennis is on the track getting the 2nd win of the season. If he can lock it down. Oh, up top curveball. That's where I'm going. Doesn't, goes up top fastball. Now you can go inside changeup. Up top changeup. And potential tie here. Kevin Slow. He's going to send him. Andre 3000. Oh, Dennis gets the win. So game 2. All right, that was weird. Game 2 is starting, and this is huge, guys. So again, right now, we're still in Paul's perspective. He is the away team in this one. Dennis got his 2nd win, so Dennis now is the math. He is 2-9, and Paul is 4-7. Okay, you don't think that's important, but if Dennis can get the win, it would put him at 3-9, and then 4-8, right? But Dennis is going to get 2 wins, right? 2 wins he gets next week, right, against Egan. So that would put Dennis, if he can get this win, at 5. Hold up. Wait a minute. That's 3. 14 games, 5-9. Yeah, math. 5-9. And Paul, right, at 4, and he'll be 4 and hold up. Man, my 4-8. If he loses this game, 4-8. So huge potential where, right, Paul needs this win, right? And if he gets this win right here, all intents and purposes, unless there's a sweep by me or, I mean, whatever, Paul will be in the playoffs. But Dennis is still alive. He's still alive. All right. So Dennis makes quick work. Big Willie Styles coming up. And big game, big implications here. And Big Willie Styles all in it. Hitting it. Holding him to a single. Big walk-off right here wins the game. And Dennis can get the sweep. And we'll go to the standings right after this game. And then 2 hits in a row. Oh, man. What to do, what to do. Andre 3000. Oh, bottom of the 9th inning. This is a dangerous pitch. Big hitter. Big bopper here. Paul's got to be very careful. Very careful. Oh, this could do it. It's the wall. Dennis is going to walk it off and take the sweep. Oh, let's go to the standings. Dennis gets the victory in the sweep. All right. What a week 6. Let's go to real quick the diamond. We'll go in here real quick. So Matthew 10-2, Jay Patel 9-3, Mr. Milan 9-3, Cam 7-5, Justin 6-6, Sean 5-7. So no matter what, Diamond is pretty much set where Joe Bear and Sean Schulte have both been eliminated. We do thank them, though, because, again, without them, we wouldn't have been able to play this series. So they really helped out, because 2 people had to quit, unfortunately, and they didn't get to draft the players, their players. So they did really help out. But let's check out some scenarios with Diamond real quick with the potential schedule. Should be already set for week 6, final week schedule. So again, Diamond, Sean J, M Twins, Mr. Milan, Joe Bear, Sean Schulte. So this is great. They're the last 2. So this is kind of a battle. They should be, whatever. So this is an irrelevant game here. But Matthew and Cam. So going back, Matthew and Cam. So as we see week 6, Matthew is just looking to lock up, the victories here, right? Looking to lock it up, 2 wins. So Cam, if he loses 2 to Matthew, which probably could happen, but Cam currently is the highest scoring player so far. But Matthew goes 12-2, locks up the number 1 spot. Then it's Jay Patel and Mr. Milan, right? So those 2 guys, really the idea, right? Sean and Jay Patel. So Sean is having a tough time. Jay Patel should get this. M Twins, always a tough player. This is battle of lefties 2 v lefties 2, and you can see the check mark they've already played. So interested to see how that goes, right? Again, not relevant. So Jay Patel gets the 2 wins. It should be his ability, but again, right here, Cam and M Twins and Sean. So check out the standings one more time, right? 7-5, 6-6, 5-7, right? So if, for example, M Twins loses both, which is possible, that would put him at 6-8, and Sean wins both, which is gonna be hard. Puts him at 7-7. So there's gonna be there could be some. These 3 players are all playing different people. We could have a tie here at the bottom barrel, right? Right? Sean playing Jeff Patel, blah 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 blah. So there could be a potential 3-way tie going in at the final week. Would go crazy. Anyways, Brian v. Colt. Brian, I believe, let's go check out the standings real quick, man. I don't even know. All right, here it is. Colt locked up at 10-2, going against Brian, who's dropped all the way to the 5th spot. Again, Marco got that sweep, so putting Marco here. Now, it's not even safe to say that Marco and I split our matches, and I do think I do have the run edge. I am still the highest scoring player in all of the land this season. That's pretty cool. And that's including us. We haven't not getting any runs here. So this is the big scenario, right? Dennis is going to be at 5 wins, no matter what. So putting him here, right? The run differential, like head-to-head, Dennis has the head-to-head. So if they're tied, right, he needs to win 2 games against me in order to go to the playoffs. So Dennis, after week 7, will be the number 1 6th spot unless Mental Midget gets the sweep against me. Marco and Brian tied at 7. This could change. And again, Evilprime is right there, right? If Colt is going against Brian, as we see from the schedule, if Colt and Brian split, right, then this is a bad. This we got 2 matchups that are tough, right? Marco, Evilprime. Again, Evilprime is probably the favorite here, but if Evilprime can take out Marco with the sweep, right? Right, Marco would drop to 7-7. Brian, again, going against Colt, could drop to 7-7. Mental Midget needs just one really. I mean, he needs 2 wins essentially to be in that spot. He needs 2 wins to be in that spot. But we have breaking news. The breaking news scandal is why butthurt. Right, we're going to get into this why butthurt that can actually mess up the 6th seed playoff spot, and we're going to get into it right now. Let's go back to the Discord. As mentioned before, the start of the season, we do have rules. That the rules is you have to record your games, right? So I will be doing stats this season. It'll be decided regular season games rewards. If I don't get a recording from either person, then the match doesn't count. So again, we had a problem with Mental Midget and Dennis's game where it wasn't getting turned in on time, right? The idea to turn it in on time is when we can start the season and get the season going smoothly, right? Smoothly. And these guys are having problems. One, Dennis doesn't record his games at all. So that is already a problem, which is why we want both players to record their games so we don't fall into this trap where Mental Midget, Paul, wasn't able to get his game in. There was some corruption going on. We did obviously get it. We saw it. It came in just really, really late. So the butt hurt comes from this, right? We're in the Pearl chat, by the way. So I'm going to go in a little bit into this part right here, right? We're getting into it. We have games. They're set up, blah, 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 blah. And then myself, right? Hey, this isn't about, so let's say Mental Midget, I understand, okay, that's different. So I know you're right about, I have it, right? This doesn't matter. So this is because of passive aggressive bullshit, right? So this isn't about anyone getting butter. It's a competition with actual money, right? We have actual money on the line, we hope, where we listed rules for this exact situation. And if you won both games, you're still in. Also, there are several ways to upload videos like many blah, 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 YouTube, post them, send them through the link. So that's it, right? It's not, this isn't about anyone getting butter. And then instead of like understanding, he goes for right for the first sentence, which again, in psychology, this is what people do. Did I say anything about people getting butter? No, I did not. Did I not say he was right? See, a lot of these rhetorical questions, right? But the first one, right here. Did I say anything about big butter? And I go this. I can repost it if you like. I have you quoted on it. You can drop the quote here if you like. And where would you be pulling this quote? And you know what? Let him Mental Midget through. He's got a point. I have done the videos. I have not done the videos. Again, all solid. And I don't want people to be all butthurt about things. So I guess letting blah, 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 blah. Whatever. It's not really. So he's talking about people getting butthurt, right? So I didn't even accuse him. He ain't talking directly about me or whatever, right? I just make videos. It's the whole season that wants to be on time. But he like had to defend it. Like, and then I'm like, oh, you mean the DM I said to Matt? Sorry. We have a staff chat about how we run the rules. There's the full one if you guys want to freeze frame that one. So yeah, right? It's not private, right? If you're gonna talk shit behind a group of people's backs privately, like a little girl, right? I do it here up front, right? Not everyone likes me. I don't give a shit about that. I just make content, right? I'm here to bother some people, not purposely, but it's going to happen, right? Yeah, man. Words are words, right? Not sure how you ended up with it. No shit. You're not sure? Again, passive aggressive garbage. Well, if it's about me, I'm putting in the work to figure out how to solve the issue. So if you did win, you get the benefit. That's the point. So again, I'm trying to tell him if he got the win, we want him to get the wins, which he got both. right? We'll figure it out. I'll make videos tomorrow, which is today. So, yeah, let's go to this and let's go to this. Right, here we go. So, private, not private. This is a DM, right? Yo, you playing your games? Yeah, it's been waiting, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, if you win these games, you have a playoff shot. Oh, nice. So, here we go. That was a pretty big dick move using a DM that wasn't even sent to you, then choosing to reply in a regular chat. It would seem probably mean nothing here. So, I said this. I'm like, bro, you are still in this thing. And there it is. This came up yesterday. I just wanted to show it to you live. Your message could not be delivered. It's usually because you don't share a server with the recipient, or the recipient is only accepting direct messages from friends. You can see the full list of reasons here. So we can just dismiss that. So once again, we got a guy that's getting the last word in. Again, passive aggressive, right? So slow him from the Padres. Let this guy know that he still has a chance to make the playoffs if he doesn't want to be a bitch about it, right? Because again, not calling him a bitch, but if you just wag your tail because you're going to call a bunch of people, I don't want anyone getting butter. And then, like, the fact that I call out the exact words and you're like, oh, where'd you get that from? Like, you don't know, right? Be a big boy. Be a big boy, right? You won your games, play them. If you don't, right, go run away. And again, guys, by the way, if you want to go run away, here he is, right? Code 27, 750 a line, 4,000 members. Join our Discord, meet fellow anime fans, get product Q&A, and catch the latest updates. So, if you want to catch Demo here, right, you can catch him with the anime fans. Got it? Either way, guys, he's still in. Someone from the Padres, let him know. Stop being a little bitch baby, right? Fine. Thank you for watching. Know that these two broadcasts. We'll see you next time.